Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the dopest live NFL show on all of the internet at the moment. I'm your boy Big Q. This is TeamBoydTV Live. We're talking about the AFC North Black and Blue Division. Today, I want to welcome everybody back to the panel. Took a week off. We had some stuff we had to take care of. JB, what's good, homie? What's good with you?
What's happening, bro?
Everything
What up,
good?
Blast?
What up, JB?
You enjoyed your little bit of time off, man? You
Of course. All the time.
Because you know we're getting ready to go hard now, you know?
Yeah.
You ready for the next 23 weeks?
Always, bro.
Yeah, I put it like that. He got nervous. You saw that glass.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I want to welcome my homeboy, the Sage of Sports, Glass from Get With It Sports. What's good, homie?
What up, people? What's up to the Twitter hustlers out there? I'm ready to do this.
I feel like we just talked. Oh, we did, because you know
Hey,
what?
we did. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you contributed to the Black and Blue podcast yesterday.
Good stuff, man.
It was really good stuff, man. We had our boy Steve Wright on there. Good, he's good people's, right?
Shouts out to Steve. He did a great job.
He did, man, and I appreciate him coming on there. And we had some talks to do some stuff with the Black and Blue podcast. You know what I'm saying? So me and Steve might be a permanent link up. So that's shit. Y'all watch out for that. All right, JB, before we jump into your division, because you know they voted for your division. For whatever reason, they voted for your division. Okay? I don't know how you feel about that.
Hey, man, it is what it is. July, man. Calm down.
I'm just saying, but before we get into that, Glass, before we get into that, man, can we take care of some of the absurd real quick?
Please do.
Can
Please
we
do.
take care of some? Look, we went over in detail yesterday about the ridiculousness that's going on here in Charlotte. I ain't gonna beat a dead horse. I'm done with that one. Okay, but something else happened yesterday. Was it the day before with Michael Vick?
Yes,
coming
Monday.
out saying, Colin Kaepernick will be served better if he cut his hair, and he'll, he have a better chance of getting a job in the NFL. And it ruffled a lot of people's feathers, man. You know what I'm saying? So, Glass, I'm gonna come to you first, man. What you think about this first?
Number one, nothing against Mike Vick. He ain't the most intelligent one out there.
Right.
And like we said, I think we said yesterday, we know what he meant to say. Man, take the time to make sure you say what you want to say off the top of your dome.
Right.
Number two, if you think about it, it was on Fox 1. Speak for yourself, Jason Whitlock. That's a disaster in the making in itself. I can't stand Jason Whitlock, and you can see him egging him on to say, put him out there even more. But all in all, man, Mike Vick, he should know better. All he did was, you're a felon, so you had to make yourself look better. You know what I'm saying, for the courts. All my man did was kneel during the national anthem, man. So you know what? You put you like this. Don't give NFL excuse of why they blackballing Kaepernick.
Because basically he putting bullets in their chamber.
Yeah, he helping them out. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
JB, you heard the news. What you thought, man?
Well, it's coming from him. I felt like that's to echo Glass. I think they set him up. I think that they got a guy up there to try to paint Kaepernick in a not so good light. Talking about, if anybody was gonna go to bat, you can get a guy like Benjamin Watson or somebody that's upstanding to say something good.
Absolutely.
Tony Dungy, perhaps, but they picked that guy and they asked him that question and he fell right in. So the backlash is what it is. It has nothing to do with hair or ethnicity or nothing. It's a stand. It was a subject, and it turned into something like that. That's ridiculous.
Yes. I feel like that whole thing was just real dumb, and for Vic to even be dumb enough to fall for that, well, we need you to say this because it would probably hit a little harder if you say it. And you're right, Jimmy. He is absolutely the wrong guy to say this.
Yep,
absolutely the wrong guy. But I don't think Colin Kaepernick is even worried about whether he play in the NFL or not. I just don't think he's really got that on his mind right now. Like he got more important things to do. And if Michael Vick thought he was helping, you didn't, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like just
pretty much,
you didn't. Right. Anwar Muhammad is in the building. I guess he's here for the AFC North situation. Want to make sure ain't disrespect going on around here. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Let's do this, man. Okay, we got the AFC North, and actually, at first I was like, well, why did everybody, pick this one? You know what I mean? But it's some stuff here. It's some meat on this thing, right? You got Baltimore and Pittsburgh, fighting to be the big dogs in the division, right? we don't really know what's getting ready to come out of Cleveland. You know, I mean, only won one game last year, but I'm just saying, you know, they still mixing stuff up down there, right? But the big one for me, and I'm gonna ask y'all this right now before we even get into it, is this the make or break? Let's put all our chips on the table. This is it season for the Cincinnati Bengals, man.
So are you asking, is Marvin Lewis on the hot seat?
Well, because a part of me thinks this. A part of me thinks that if something bad happened, a la not making it past the wild card, or you know, the first round of the playoffs, or not making the playoffs, or whatever the case may be, then we see this team implode. We see you know, stuff like Marvin Lewis getting, you know, finally getting fired. You know, some pieces people wanting to leave because they sick and tired and not, you know. I'm thinking some crazy stuff gonna happen if we don't get the right results. What you think?
You coming to me?
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you this. How long Marvin Lewis been there? 13 years?
Long ass time.
Now, you can look at it two ways. Number one, it's time for change. You know, we beat this dead horse in, you know, forever for 12 years.
Absolutely.
We won't have to change it. But let's not forget, once you release him, I guarantee you within a week somebody else going to scoop up Marvin Lewis. Yeah. And maybe Marvin Lewis need a new atmosphere, a new team to revitalize what he got. To me, I still think he's a great coach. You know what I'm saying? He just need to learn how to harness his team, because, you know, they're a great team until somebody loses control, then everything's, you know, got shut out the water. So Marvin Lewis, I think after this season, much as I, you know, saying he win fire resistant draws and drinking gas and avoid the hot seat, this gonna be the year where, like you said, make a break. Yeah,
and JB, I know we're gonna talk about them later, but like just to piggyback on what Glass said, I feel like Marvin Lewis, like what he just said about him, like, you know, he is a winning kind of coach, but he can't, like, he got a brick wall that he can't get past. He holding himself hostage. He can't. Like, I don't know. I think he needs a new team, to be honest with you. I just think he can't do it with the Bengals. I just don't think. I think the team is what's holding him back, not him. I don't know what you think about.
Well. Just to answer your first question about the window, I think it closed 2 years ago. I think, and I'm trying to let my hate spew and reckless abandon here, but I mean, the numbers will support that later. On my point later, you know, they didn't lose nothing. They did good in the draft. They still a good team. It's just the jig is up, or there's a disconnect between player and coach.
So I'm going on.
You know, you're speaking the same thing for 2 playoff attempts, or what is it, 4 in a row?
Yeah.
You win two AFC North crowns out of the past 4 years, maybe 3. You show up in the playoffs and the same thing happens. So, you know, the message get old, or the jig is up. You know, teams understand how they try to approach games.
Yeah, man.
And it's that easy.
Well, you know, you got that situation. You got, you know, the question of Ben Roethlisberger's age and health. You know, you got, you know, that crazy mix of new talent and old talent in Baltimore. This is an interesting division. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's quit talking about that and let's get into it. Where are we going first, JB? Since you got the thing.
Well, you know, you always let Glass set it up, so I'm pretty sure, as always, for the years that we've been doing this, it's been Cleveland. So.
Oh yeah, why did I even ask the question?
Right. I mean, come on, man.
Well, you know, what we think about Cleveland before we JB goes into the thing. What we think about Cleveland? This is what I'm gonna say. I still think that Cleveland is exciting. I still think we got something there. We just look. We just ain't found it yet. It's a combination that somebody got to figure out, and I think Hugh Jackson is the guy who's gonna figure out the combination. I'm just saying. I don't know. All right, JB, give us the.
Before I go, before I do this, I do think they've had talented rosters. They just don't know what the hell to do with them. Anyway, the Cleveland Browns finished last in the division. Offensive ranked 31st, defensive ranked 30th, passing ranked 28th, run ranked 19th, passing leader, which it changed every season, or maybe half the season. Kobe Kessler, 195 attempts, 128 completions, 1,300 yards, finished with 6 TDs, 2 INTs, was sacked 21 times. Rushing leader, Isaiah Correll, 198 attempts, 952 rushing yards, 7 TDs. Terrell Pryor was the leading receiver with 77 receptions, 1,007 yards, 4 TDs. Defensive leader was Christian Kirksey with 148 total tackles. And their interception leader was Body Calhoun, I'm sorry, with 3, tied with Joe Hayden with 3.
Look, man, them stats ain't horrible. Glass,
Nope.
they're not. They're not. Look, look, we know what the problem is. We know what the main problem is. The quarterback.
Do we?
We do.
Do we?
We do. We do. If Cleveland can figure out how to get somebody in there at the quarterback position to number one, A, stay up on his feet, and B, be effective. Look, the rest of the stuff is there. You just heard what JB said. They got a decent middle of the road, middle to bottom tier defense. I mean, and that's good enough. I mean, it could always be better, but and they got some decent wide receivers. I'm telling you, the quarterback position is the Achilles heel there, and I don't know why they can't figure. It's taking them years and years and years to get it right, but I don't know.
Do we all know? Do we all know? For real.
Well, what you got, Glass? I'm just saying.
Listen, man. You know what the definition of insanity is? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Mm-hmm.
JB said it. They have the top 1, 2, 3 draft picks for the past decade.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
They went through damn near 20 quarterbacks.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And the problem is, and I'm sure you guys know. I don't know why you're trying to sugarcoat it, Big Q, but the problem is the front office.
Okay.
That has not changed. That's not going to change, and until they change that, you don't expect the same results. Put it to you like this. All right, they did halfway decent in the draft, of course, because they get the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
They did good by picking up Jabril Peppers from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
They did something with the line. Who's quarterback?
I mean, again, that's
who's quarterback?
But that's what I said.
Cody Kessler's quarterback.
And who did they get back? Who did they get from the Texans?
They got your man.
No, it ain't my man. No, Brock Osweiler.
Right,
Brock Osweiler. So once again, you can have, the quarterback is the key position on all the teams. They have not gotten that right for the past 20 times.
Right.
Then the front office. I've said this to you last year. How in the hell you gonna get somebody from baseball and bring him over to football, thinking that because he know the numbers in baseball, he can help you out, dude? That's apples to oranges.
I really ain't in no position to talk about the front office myself, but
but once again, this is a staple of reason why you change stuff to make it better. Prime example, you seen what Reggie McKenzie did with the Oakland Raiders,
right?
Got rid of the front office, brought his own people in. Look where they at now.
Yeah, that took like 15 years to do, though.
Shit. Okay, Browns been doing this for 20.
Okay. Well,
that's my point.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done ranting. Go ahead, man. I don't even care about this team. I'm ranting about some team that's going to be irrelevant still.
You're going pretty hard. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy, what's your thoughts?
Well, I'll say this, man. I mean, the writing on the wall, how upside down they are. Hugh Jackson probably gonna be in trouble for losing like they always done. You're gonna fire a guy for doing what they always did, no matter who's at the head coach position. Quarterback turnover is gonna be the same story. If your leading receiver is a former quarterback in college, it's just so many things that's and anomalies that
Pittsburgh used a quarterback at wide receiver for years. And ain't nobody saying that. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Y'all say stuff like that. What was my man's name in Pittsburgh? And he even played quarterback during this time there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have no idea what you're talking about. Maybe you were referring to Cordell Stewart.
No, I'm talking about Antoine Randall. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Randall. Yeah.
He was not the starting quarterback ever in Pittsburgh.
I mean, he wasn't the starter, but he played quarterback there. You know?
Okay, Terrell Pryor, the starting leading receiver, former quarterback.
Okay, all right. Okay.
That polished his receiver skill maybe in 12 months.
Okay.
For taking it. I mean, the guy's a phenomenal athlete, obviously, but I'm just saying. So my point, though, is this always, if it's working, if that worked last year, they probably have Terrell playing quarterback.
Why? Well,
just because they don't stick to the formula of winning. They won't stick to what works.
I'm actually, and to that point, and it's gonna sound sad, but I think that in certain cases, I would think that they would be like, well, let's go ahead and use him at quarterback because he was all right at quarterback. But the fact that he's so much better at wide receiver, that says something right there, right? Like,
that just makes too much sense to Cleveland.
Right.
That okay, maybe he'll punt.
Right, right. So Anwar Muhammad said, Cleveland got the worst front office in the NFL. Yeah, Cleveland's so bad. Cleveland equals trash and always will be. And Osweiler is probably going to be the starter. Mr. P-Town is here. He says Kaiser LMFAO. He's going to be a bum too.
I mean, just look at the guys that's just jump off the page. You know, Isaiah Crowell, you got Joe Hayden, Buddy Calhoun's coming on.
Yeah.
I mean, Terrell Pryor's playing. There's a lot of guys over there, you know, that's just talented guys, but they never can do it together. Right. It's always Isaiah's game. Then you'll have Terrell's game. Then you'll have the quarterback who play good, but everybody else is playing horrible. I mean, you got Joe Thomas on the line. He's going to end up being a legendary lineman in this league. He is. But you just got, how can you produce Pro Bowlers and your team suck continuously every single year? That just don't make sense.
Exactly.
Let's take a quick look at their schedule here and see Pryor plays for the Skins. He does. That's right. He did leave, didn't he?
Who?
Terrell Pryor. He's up there with
he's up there with Washington.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So this is what we're looking at. Wow, y'all see the schedule here. Steelers, Ravens, Colts, Bengals, Jets. Look, I don't see no daylight here at all. I mean, you know what? The Jets game seemed a little bit entertaining to me. You know what I mean? I think that one might be fun to watch, but oh my God, that's a lot of losses in a row right there. Late bye week. Well, that's a nice bye week. Actually, it's like right there in the middle. They come back and they got Lions and Jags. I mean, you know, I don't know about I don't know. Wow, Glass, look at that. That is brutal, man.
Hey, listen, dude. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you.
They won one game last year, and this right here don't look.
It's okay. I'm glad you came to your senses on this one, man. 2-14. I ain't gonna waste no time. 2-14. They haven't had a winning record since 2007. They ain't been to the playoffs till what, 1994, 95. The ish continues, bro.
So you got them, you know, getting one at Chicago and getting one.
Yes, my lowly Bears. Yes,
and maybe get one over the Jets, right?
Yeah,
I think Jets got some good defense, but yeah, them the two I got, JB. I don't know. I went Glass. I'm thinking 2-14. I think they win one more game than they did last year.
Well, you know, about us being a divisional foe. When we feel like we will sweep them, we don't. Even the Steelers and the Bengals probably feel the same way. Yeah. So I'll give them a split with us, and I'll give them that Jets game, definitely that Jags game, and the Bears game. I'll give them 5 wins.
Yeah, you know they did stand up a couple times last year, even though they ended up falling a little bit short, but they stood up a little bit, you know.
They're not a slouch team as far as competing. Right. They'll be there, but they just got to put 4 quarters together in 16 games, and they just don't do it.
Right. So 5 is pretty generous. And I got them with 3. You know, me and Glass still at 2. You know, and you being generous to I guess because you feel like they the scum of your division, so you'll just do that.
They are. He ain't lying. You know what? If it wasn't for the Cleveland Browns, that might be the most formidable division in the NFL. It still might be, but the Cleveland Browns.
And it's so weird that they in there with them other teams. Like it just seems crazy, right? Like why are they here?
Just intensified how they just crap.
They should be in the AFC South, but I know that you know the geographical stuff.
Right.
But they feel it seems like they feel a little bit more at home there.
Well, and this what make them dangerous though. They're being molded and forged by the Steelers, Ravens, and the Bengals. Right. So when they go other places like Jacksonville, Detroit, Chicago. I mean Chicago and New York. I mean they it's a chance that they'll win. I like their chances in those games outside of the division.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, you know, from what it looked like, they already done secured a spot at the bottom of the division. That's what it looked like. I mean, just based on, you know, what we just said, right? So that's what they already done locked that position down. Okay.
I'll say this. If they do better than 5 games, the Cleveland Browns, with this schedule, will be going to the playoffs. Because look at, I mean, you got how many teams was in the playoff last year on this schedule? That's what I always base it on.
Let's see. Green Bay was there.
Green Bay was there. The Steelers were there.
And
Texans was there.
Yeah. And that's it.
Titans barely missed it. I mean, Ravens barely missed it.
Yeah.
They can win. If they win 7 games, I mean,
you know,
I ain't saying playoffs because you ain't gonna be able to. Number 7 won't get it done.
But it won't. And the division gonna hold them down. Like just the division. I'm thinking about like Cincinnati. The numbers that Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore can put up just on the strength of just them playing regular games. It's gonna keep Cleveland down. You know,
well, I'll rephrase then, Q. Yeah. If they can win more than 5 or go 8-8 with this schedule, the Cleveland Browns will be on the rise. But I don't, Glass, calm down, because I do not see that. not with this schedule.
Okay, I got it.
It opens bad, it ends bad.
Yeah, it does. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and again, I just saw like one winnable game at the top and one winnable game at the bottom. That's all I saw. You know, but you know, like you said, you know, it's early. It's really early, and we still don't know what Jackson and the boys cooking up down there. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it still seemed a little far fetched to kind of give them 5 wins. That's I'm gonna say that much. Anyway, where we headed to next? Glass.
We're going to the Cincinnati Bengals that finished last year 6-9-1.
Yeah, that's music right there, Glass. Anyway,
6-9-1. Okay.
All right, real quick. Cincinnati Bengals, offensive rank 24th, defensive rank 8th, passing rank 15th, rushing rank 13th. Passing stats: Andy Dalton, 563 attempts, 364 completions, 18 TDs, 8 INTs, was sacked 41 times. Had a 91.8 quarterback rating. Rushing was Jeremy Hill, 222 attempts, 839 yards, 9 TDs. Of course, he was splitting carries with Bernard. Receiving was of course AJ Green with 66 receptions, 964 yards, 4 TDs. He didn't even have a 1,000-yard season, so that tells you everything. Defensive leader, of course, was Burfitt with 101 total tackles, and the interception leader, surprisingly, was George Ialoka with 3, tied with a couple more players on the defense.
Listen, I think the Cincinnati Bengals, look, they've been kind of in this area where, you know, it ain't never been. Where would they finish at this time? Because this was one of their worst records in the while, right?
Yeah, 6-9-1.
Yeah,
and it's the first time they missed the playoffs since 2010.
Right. So you know, I see this right here, man. It's like we just said in the beginning, man. Like, I just got a feeling like this one is it. Like, you know, like last year kind of showed that, you know, this team is kind of slipping a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, look, they let wide receivers, you know, Sanu left and went and played in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Like that's what I'm saying. If we can't get 10 wins out of Cincinnati this season, bad stuff can happen, bro. I'm just saying. What you think, Glass?
Might be, like we just said at the beginning of the show, it might be a time for change for the Bengals and for Marvin Lewis. I mean, I'm not gonna make any excuses for Cincinnati Bengals, but I think there was only 3 games that AJ Green and what's the tight end Tyler Eifert played in the game, and that's their top offensive weapons. But then again, it's a team effort. You got 53 men on the roster. You know how the saying goes: next man up. Yeah. So that's why I ain't gonna make an excuse for that. But you know, if they fall under, if they don't make the playoffs or have another losing record, it has to be. It might even be time, anywhere it goes, that Marvin Lewis got to lead that team.
You know, and that's what I'm thinking, JB. I'm thinking that it's just about time. It's about time. Like, it's just. We can't, like, you know, you talked about the Cleveland banging your head against. This is what it feel like. The Cleveland, I mean, the Cincinnati Bengals feel like to me. Like, you know, yeah, we see them do some spectacular stuff, and it's great to watch. But we know how the story ends. You know, we know what's gonna happen. I don't know, JB. What you think?
I think they still got the same formula they had since they run since 2010. They still reeling from the loss of Mike Zimmer. I don't care what they say. It ain't been the same since then. There's some other staples in their coaching staff that they need to change, but they don't want to change it because of the Mike Zimmer effect. So the defensive coordinator now, the offensive coordinator now, has been running the same stuff that they felt like made them a proven winner for 7 years. And it's just, the jig is up. I mean, people know what they're doing. I mean, they had a good draft last year. They had a good draft this summer. They keep adding all this talent, but they're running the same stuff, and people know what it is. There's no reason they should finish with 6 wins. Not with their roster. Not what they had. The same thing they had last year.
Yeah, but 6 ain't gonna be good enough here.
Never. But I mean, for them though, how can you go consecutive years being, you know, you establish yourself in the North as this team, right? You know, you've won it so many times out of the winning seasons, and all of a sudden you only can pull 6 wins together and a tie. That doesn't make sense. That means that you've been figured out,
right? And you know, they've been tying with teams. You know, it was 2 years straight they got into a tie situation, right?
Right.
I don't know, man. See, like, again, that's where I feel like, you know, I ain't gonna say like the front office stuff because it seems like everything tight up there. It's something, and really the thing that jumped out to me the most, Glass, is that they can't keep a coaching staff together there. You know what I mean? And like, I don't understand how these coaches can be so good that they always come there, stay there for 2-3 years, and then they get these fantastic jobs in other places, and they can't like Lewis can't keep his team together. Like, it's crazy to me. You know? Well,
I mean, he got good coaching staff, but like any good coaching staff, you're gonna have people picking off your staff, because it make them, just like JB said with Zimmer. I think that was a great pickup for Minnesota, but if you got a great staff, people gonna become looking at your staff and want what you got.
Gruden to Washington. I mean, that was. Come on, that was a pretty good fit. I mean, we're still trying to figure out what's going on with with old boy that's still in his division, Jackson. But it's crazy. Like in 3 years, he done lost like 4 or 5 coaches. It's crazy.
All right,
we talking about 7-year run, and you only got past the 1 game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
How long do you feel like? How many times you need to crack at it? Before you actually strike while the iron is really hot.
Right.
That it's never going. If they didn't do it the past 3 years, it's not. Not with what they currently have. I mean, player and coaching staff.
Yeah.
But you know what? Both the Browns and the Bengals are damn near in purgatory for the simple fact. It's like pick your poison. Would you want to be a team that's been trashed and ran over for what? I think last time I just said playoff game for the Browns was 1994. So I think that's 23 years if my math is right.
Time.
Or you want to be the Cincinnati Bengals who makes it to the playoffs but can't win the playoff game. And I think that's been 26 years. So It's like, would you rather get your ass kicked from beginning to end, or would you just want to be teased to make it to the playoffs but don't win the playoff
yet? The thing about the Bengals that tripped me out, right? And I want to give a shout out to Slim J 513. He's a Panthers fan in Cincinnati. Wow. That's a weird one. He lives in the city where the Cats play, but he's a fan of the other Cats. It is what it is. And the fact that one team plays in the Queen City and the other team plays in the Queen City too.
Right.
Ain't that crazy?
And my thing is this though. Why be down to not get up, and why be up to be down? What I mean is that why stay up there that long for 7-8 years and never even get to the AFC Championship?
And that's what I'm getting ready to go with. Like the fact is, like, we watch them play. With Dalton's numbers kind of floating in that area where some people think Dalton is elite. Some people put him in the top 10. Some people got him there, and man, he got some tremendous stats. His QBR been great for the past couple seasons.
But listen, we've watched these guys play. They awesome in the regular season. They get to the playoffs and they play. We've watched it. I know I have. They play their worst game ever.
Yeah,
it's like how are you gonna go? In the speech and the motivation to get these guys up to play these games.
Yeah, from
the very same way you lost in the very same fashion the year before, first round of playoffs at home.
Right.
You work all season long to get that home playoff game. And then you keep these guys hungry and motivated for the next ensuing season to do the very exact same thing. That is hard to do because the regular season, they got it figured out.
Yeah, they in a tough situation, man. Like I said, I don't know. And Slim J,
you know what goes into showing up in the first round of playoffs with a home game and lose consecutive years. You know what that do? That is tough. That's a lot going to getting the playoff berth at home.
It is.
That's a lot going to winning your own division. You have to have all your guys dialed in for the goal.
Right.
And when it happened over and over for consecutive seasons that you get out the same exact way you got beat the last season, you check out. You check out of that, man. You want out.
I don't know. Like I said, Glass, look, we're going to look at the schedule here, but I'm telling you, it better read 10 or it's going to be some stuff in Cincinnati, bro. I'm going to be straight up with you. That's what it looked like to me. So let me flip to that real quick. All right, here we go. All right, so look. They coming in there. They got the Ravens coming in there right off the bat. They got to catch a little break with the Texans, maybe with the Packers, with the Browns. So it's a little soft in the early goings. That look good for them, right? So they got them 2 matchups with the Ravens and the Steelers early, and then look. I mean, their schedule look a little soft. I mean, it's some teams now like the Broncos and the division teams, but Lord have mercy, I think they're gonna get their 10,
bruh.
I think they're gonna get their 10.
Don't think I didn't hear that shot you put at my Broncos, man.
What?
I heard everything you said. He said it's kind of easy. They got the Broncos in there. That's cool. It's all good, bro.
No. See,
they playing in. Yes. I feel a certain type of way, bro. You ain't slick with that. They playing in Mile High. We got that game.
Look. That's not even what the point was. I'm just saying it was. I'm looking at the teams that are tough. The divisional teams, obviously, except for the Browns.
So once again, the Broncos not tough.
Damn, is he gonna let me get there, JB? Is he gonna let me get there, or is he gonna keep going? What is he doing?
Hey, no. I'm gonna let you know. Hey, when we get done with this show, everybody out there, let me know. You know my Twitter handle @GetWithTheSports. Let me know what you think about what he said.
I did not take a shot
a minute ago.
I did not take a shot at you.
And I'm gonna leave it at that, bro. We talking about the AFC North.
Look, I see 6 games that look tough, including the game against the Denver Broncos. in Denver. Okay, but that's
Okay.
6. The rest of them, I mean, that's 10-6. I don't know, JB.
I'm with you. That's why I
Wait,
picked
you
10
gave
and
them
6.
10 and 6.
I see
Yeah,
10
I
and
give
6 in there.
Bengals 10. I give the Bengals 10-6.
Yeah, what you got, JB?
8-8.
8. That sketch look a little soft to me, JB. I'm just saying it look a little bit.
Well, I mean, you'll learn that this is not a soft schedule as we do this divisional breakdowns for other places, because the Titans are not. They won't be slouches.
But it's soft for Cincinnati. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
For a 6-9-1 team, you better get real.
Give me your assessment on the first 5 weeks, and tell me that
First 5 weeks
that ain't a soft schedule.
Loss, win, bye week. You ready? Okay,
So
loss.
Wow.
You're gonna lose it against the Ravens, Texans, and Packers?
Yes.
No, come on, bro. The
Yes.
Texans?
The Texans in Cincinnati
I don't know.
Yes.
with a rookie
I
quarterback.
don't know, JB.
It ain't
I'm just
about the
saying.
quarterback. It's about a 6-9-1 team with a full roster, and that's the best they could do. That's the Texans defense will keep them in that game. And so that they did. They won a division last year, by the way.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, after the break, right? You got Colts in there, Jags in there. Okay, the
Loss.
Titans may be a problem.
Whoa,
The
loss.
The Titans may be
To
a problem.
who? The Colts and the Jags?
Colts and the Steelers. They'll maybe
Okay.
play. They probably win against Jacksonville by a field goal or something. What?
Okay. So you
It's all
got
good.
you got Jags in there. Okay, so Titans they might be a problem. Okay.
Okay,
It's gonna
give
be
them the
tough against
Colts
the
game.
Broncos.
Give them the Colts game. They'll lose at Tennessee.
Okay.
I
Okay.
agree with you on that.
So then you got the Broncos, which that's gonna be a tough one. Then you got the Browns and Steelers, which are 2 divisional games, which are gonna be kind of tough. But I think they can take the Browns. Steelers might be a problem. But then you got Chicago. Look at these NFC North teams, 3 in a row. All of them.
For the record, I don't foresee a sweep. You know, I don't like doing the sweep thing against AFC North opponents, because a team could be only won 1 game all year and they'll beat their division before. That's how our division is built. I think every other division is kind of the same, but I mean, usually the Jets don't really pose a threat to the New England Patriots, so you can always kind of give them the sweep over them every year and be confident in it. But I don't know. The Steelers might not get Cincinnati twice.
I mean,
They may not get the Browns twice. They may not get us twice. You never know.
I got you.
Okay, so look, I'm gonna do this for you. Okay, I'm gonna take 1 win away from them. Give them 9-7.
So you gonna give them 9-7?
I'm gonna give them 9-7, right?
All right.
They're gonna be some players in this division, right? Because that schedule it helps them out a little bit. Kind of.
So we got me 10-6, you 9-7, JB 8-8.
Yeah.
Look, though, I mean, I'm not trying to sway y'all. You made your picks.
Oh, you
see
ain't
the
swaying
schedule.
me. You
Okay.
ain't swaying
I
me.
mean,
So you go from a 6-9. You win a division a couple years straight, right?
Uh-huh.
Suddenly you're 6-9-1. What do you think contributed to that record?
Well,
What happened?
could have been schedule, could have been injuries, it could have been
Definitely injuries. I just told
Yeah.
you.
You never make an excuse about injuries, man.
Really?
You never make an excuse
Really?
about injuries. That's
Really?
the rule. That's the rule.
You're gonna win a Super Bowl on second string.
So what
players?
happened with the Dallas Cowboys when Tony Romo went out and they lost the rest of the games?
Yeah, what happened to the Baltimore Ravens a couple years ago?
We lost
What-
those games, so we wasn't better than the team that was on our schedule.
No, what was their record? What was their record that year?
5 and something.
And,
man.
and half of the team was second string players.
It don't matter. We wasn't good enough to beat the team that was
Obviously, because you got second string players in there.
It don't matter, man. We wasn't good enough.
Okay.
It's the NFL. This is not high school, man. You're not putting in, the guy that's a math whiz, or
but that's why they got first
not
string
putting in the
starters.
spelling bee champion when your starter go down. That ain't how it work, man.
Okay. I mean, if that's what you really believe, I'm just saying, as a fan of a team that was decimated by injuries, I can't believe you saying this.
Did you ever hear me make an excuse? We didn't make an
Look, I
excuse.
understand you're trying to be tough
Wait a
for the
minute,
fans.
bro.
He's trying to be
Big
tough.
Q,
He's trying to be. Look, he's trying to be tough for the fans.
Stop. We talking
We
about
didn't make
the
excuses,
divisional
man.
rival.
Okay.
I see 8-8 at their best, even with they drafted guys. And if they hit the ground running, you still ain't gonna go from 6-9-1 with everything.
Okay.
And then you're gonna come and be a 9-10 win team. Crazy. No way. Not in this division. That won't happen. Not with that schedule.
Listen, the only way I say that they don't win 10 of these games, or at least 9 of them, is if something crazy happened, like the quarterback go down or they lose. Wide
The quarterback didn't go down last year, Q, and they won 6 games. They tied one.
But their top offensive weapons were injured and they only played 3
Who
games.
were the top offensive weapons that you speak of? 'Cause they
AJ
been playing.
Green
Yeah.
and Tyler Eifert.
Yes.
or Eifert, whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it.
You know,
Not buying.
I'm just saying.
Not buying it, man.
Okay.
All right.
So you saying AJ and Eifert is the reason why they went to the playoffs since 2010?
Well, look at AJ Green's stats.
Exactly.
Look at
he was the
Eifert's
top 3 wide receivers in the league, man.
Okay. Well, his numbers, he ain't hit no 2,000 yards.
No,
he ain't had no. He ain't have no 1,700 yard season. So he marginally just a little bit less than what he normally put up, 1,100.
Wow, you are just shitting all
I'm just being real. It's not about AJ and Dalton and Eifert and Bernard and Hill. The guys on defense play too. They ain't been showing up, so they had injuries too. I'm assuming.
But you only can play if defense is hella perfect.
Yeah.
But if you can't put points on the board, you're not gonna win any games.
Right.
Yeah, man. I'm on total.
Well, you know what? Wait. This is what I'm gonna do. Glass. What's the next team? The Baltimore.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
That finished 500 last year.
There you go.
Okay, let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens.
Anything else you want to add to that, Glass, before I read off these?
No, go ahead. 8-8. I'm positive, bro.
This is not 6-9-1, by the way.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. The Baltimore Ravens, offensive rank 21st, defensive rank 9th, passing rank 12th, rushing rank 28th. Joe Flacco, 672 attempts, 436 completions, 4,319 yards, 20 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, sacked 33 times, finished with an 83.5 rating. Russian leader was Terrence West with 193 attempts, 774 yards, 5 TDs. Mike Wallace was the leading receiver with 77 receptions, 1,017 yards, 4 TDs. Defensive leader was Zach Orr, 132 total tackles, and INT leader was Eric Weddle with 4, tied with CJ Mosley.
Okay, I like that. Now, hey, Slim J, listen, we wasn't ignoring the rookie dudes. I just ain't seen him play. So he's talking about John Ross and Joe Mixon.
Look, the draft is great. Who says them guys gonna translate to pro players?
Right. I
mean, who knows? I mean, they drafted Andrew Hawkins a couple years back. Was supposed to be their speed specialist. He did not last long.
Yeah. So I can't make.
This is the AFC North. Okay, you fast, but can you take a hit?
Well, I don't know.
That's the thing.
I know Baltimore brought some speed dudes in, and they won the Super Bowl with them.
Yeah, they was on the sidelines, broke up a couple of games.
Right. I was just saying. I mean, I remember that. I remember, Smith and them dudes coming in there and, just dusting people, and they ended up going to the Super Bowl.
Well, it was Anquan Bolden, a tough guy. The reason why we was able to do that. Let's be real, man. Okay.
Before we move on, Slim J, bro. I see you throwing heat. I see that AJ McCarron almost beat the Broncos that year. Wow. That's all fine and good.
You really saw the Broncos in there. That's what.
Yeah, man. This ain't the AFC West number 1, number 2. We won that game, and did we move on to win the Super Bowl? So Slim J, I don't even know who Slim J team. Who's Slim J team?
Carolina Panthers, man. But look, let's leave it right there.
Enough said. This ain't. Yeah, I'm done. All right, let's move on.
Look, you can credit. Look,
man,
we ain't talking about the Panthers today, okay?
Exactly. We ain't talking about the Broncos. I'm just saying I seen that shot. I'm seeing all shots. Be cute.
Okay. All
right, let's go, man. What we talking about? The Ravens?
We talking about the Ravens.
Right. Hey, you know what? I like the Ravens. As much as I be giving JB the business, man. If I didn't have my Denver Broncos, I'd probably be hitting with the Ravens.
Well, that's that's nice of you, Glass. That's probably the most sensible, correct thing that you said this evening.
That probably was the most BS that ever came out of his mouth at the same time ever. You know what I'm saying? But
to the both of y'all. Anyway, but you know what? I like I'm kind of questionable about the Danny Woodhead pickup. Like we said yesterday during the Black and Blue podcast. Age is a factor.
Yes.
Now, usually people get rid of running backs that's 32 years old. Y'all pick one up. And I don't know if he's the backup or the starter. I'm ask JB.
Too.
Who?
New Orleans. They picked up an old running back as well.
Exactly. Right. But that's the only thing I question about Ozzie. And Ozzie we trust. I like Ozzie Newsome as a GM and everything. Jeremy Maclin, I think he got a couple of years left. He's 29 years old. They just got to bounce back. They haven't been in the playoffs in 2 years, but once again, even though JB don't want to make excuses for injuries and all that stuff, I'm gonna put it up in there. And I just think they're just a formidable team, and they're gonna be something to reckon with this season.
Yeah. All right, JB, got something for you to react to. All right, Slim J513 says Ozzie Newsome hasn't really been knocking the drafts out of the park like he used to. Hold on. Oh, whoa. The other one, CJ Mosley is really good, but who else y'all got?
The record reflect, and I have to agree with the Ozzie Newsome thing. I mean, the old draft form, I mean, everything's new. The internet says so. You ain't gonna send a secret scout somewhere to see somebody else wouldn't, because the internet says you see everything.
That's right.
You ain't even gotta leave your facility or your bedroom really to see players' highlights, or just to kind of watch them throughout a whole game. Anyway, but that's correct. I can't really refute that.
So Anwar kind of gave a little bit of a rebuttal, and I was just wondering if he was still around. Eric Weddle, Tony Jefferson, Jimmy Smith. So he's answering that question. So I mean, look, I think that the Baltimore, one of their thing is they've been,
I mean those guys you name. I mean, I could have named them, but somebody that jump off the page consistently.
Yeah.
Since the it been turned over from Lewis and
right, and
Reed, Mosley been the most consistent thing we had since then. So I mean, Jimmy ain't really put a whole season together.
Right, and the Ravens, if I can say one thing that they've been battling for a while, is just being able to rotate older guys out fast enough. You know what I mean? Like they always dealing with some Asian player. Like like I understand Suggs is a diehard Raven, and I get that, and I don't know. It's just do we keep on dealing with you, and you can't really. When's the last time he actually gave us a season? It's been a while.
It's been a little while.
It's been a while. You know what I mean?
So, he had the Achilles. He had he had something else.
Yeah.
I mean, Dumerville came in and took the all-time Raven sack, and that's supposed to have been Suggs. So that's just And I don't. But I think that's the he's the last of that generation type of Raven. Right. So you leave that there just for showpiece. I hope Suggs show up and play. You gotta have that though.
When you put it that way, it kind of reminded me of what we was talking about yesterday. About when we were talking about the old guys, right? Like a Steve Smith and the Thomas Davis and the Greg Olsons, and the reason why everybody was in such a hubbub about it, because this is a legend player,
right?
You can't just kick him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. And when you and Steve was trying to tell me, people like Ozzie Newsome don't do stuff like that, and that's probably why they gave Suggs the benefit of the doubt for 3 years. You know what I mean? Like, so that makes sense. It makes sense to me.
Well, you as a GM, your job is to protect player legacy. There ain't a whole lot of guys gonna come through and be legendary,
right?
Or be a part of something that was. So that's one or two guys on your roster.
Yeah.
You could go elsewhere to create cap space or make a roster move. That's one thing you don't touch for a lot of reasons. The fans coming to see that player. A lot of that could be the reason why your stadium is full or your jersey or merchandise is selling. So when you do something like that, I mean, if you want a bad name as the GM other than losing games and not having horrible drafts, trade or dismiss or do something to a legendary player, whether they performing or not. That'll get you fired real fast.
Right. So that's why we know ain't nothing like that gonna happen in Baltimore. So Anwar says Suggs had 8 sacks with a torn biceps and 12 when Dumerville broke that record. That's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy right there. All right, we're gonna look at their schedule now. Hey JB, I kind of see what you're saying here. Okay, but I still believe that Cincinnati's schedule looked a little bit better than this one.
Nah.
What you mean by better? It's harder or softer?
It's lighter.
Yeah. I think this is a little lighter. I mean, the Ravens gonna have to bang it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I see Raiders in here. Not to mention
Dolphins.
Yeah. But then again, I look at it again and see the NFC North teams provide a nice little buffer. Okay, and then you got the Jags and the Titans and. Well, maybe that I'm a second guess that Glass. I don't know, man. This looked like a 10 or 11 team. I mean, a win schedule to me. Mm-hmm. It kind of does.
The bye's at week 10. I'm gonna say
the bye is pretty rough, but if they ain't hurt up at that time, it should be okay.
Right. Right. After everything's said and done, I'm gonna give them 11-5, 12-4.
Yeah, I think they
can. Oh, hell no, Glass. I ain't falling for that this time.
Look,
no way. No way. I appreciate that.
Even if you split with the division, right? So they give you 3 losses, right? And then, you got tough games against Miami. You got a tough game. That's it, really. I mean, okay, Oakland.
But see, the Dolphin game is in Baltimore. Which is a plus for them.
But it is on the Thursday night.
What game, Glass?
The Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
I got to win. I got Ravens winning that one.
Okay, but then you got Oakland in there.
I got them losing that one because Oakland.
Right. So and really, them the only two games that I'm really worried about. And like I said, and I'm giving you a split on all the teams.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And that still puts you in a really nice place. You know, the challenge. I mean, because it's gonna come down to if Cincinnati can be flashy, like I think they're gonna be, right? And then you got Baltimore, like, and we ain't talked about Pittsburgh yet, but that's what I see right there. You know, I don't know what you guys think.
Glass done gave us 10 11 wins. I mean, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and be safe.
Yeah.
And I definitely see 9 wins on here with the potential of magic number 10.
Yeah.
And just to be realistic.
Yeah. So
and that's as far as I go with that.
Because your people's like 11-5, like Anwar is on that. Slim was like Oakland would be tough. And once they destroyed the Dolphins last year, but they did get better. You know, I thought the Dolphins-Ravens game was amazing last year. I thought it was great on so many levels that I ain't really gonna get into right now. But you know, it was good. You know, because I like the fact that Miami was making so much noise, and they ran up against Baltimore, and everybody thought the Baltimore team was too, kind of bent out of shape to do that. But that was great. I love that. It was amazing. Anyway. He said they need a running back.
They made the playoffs and we did not. So
right. But we're talking about one game. He said they need a running back and they never really replaced Ray Rice, and they were at their best when they had Jamal Lewis back in the day.
True.
Yeah, but to answer your question, Glass, we didn't get Woodhead to be a between the tackles runner. He'll be in there, but it was supposed to be Kyle Juice's replacement, not at fullback, but just a H-back situation. Now they're gonna have to try to disguise that a little bit because if I know that, everybody else knows that.
Yeah, but I don't think. I mean, I think the guys, you know how they bring, like JB, you love to talk about how Carolina brought in, what's the old dude with the gray hair from New Orleans that time? They brought my man in. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it was effective enough to get him to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like it was like plugging a hole. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that the Ravens gonna look at Woodhead.
Is that about Greg Roman?
No, Roman Harper.
Roman Harper,
yeah. So you bring a Woodhead in to kind of like not to be a every down guy, but to be a dude that you can sprinkle in and kind of just help the offense out a little bit. I don't think they leaning on him, to be honest with you.
No, we got plenty of still got 4 running backs, 2 drafted, 3 drafted actually. Right. Talaferio's still there. Wes is there. Well, we didn't draft him. Kenneth Dixon is still there. Well, who'll be starting out with a 4-game suspension because of PEDs. But my man from USC, forget his name, because he ain't been on the field in a long time.
I think that since Baltimore done kind of shook off a little rust and got rid of some older pieces, and they got a nice schedule, I think we're gonna kind of see them in the mix at the end of the season. I really believe that.
What's your pick? You never said your pick.
I gave him 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, maybe even. I mean, I think they can get 11. I think they can.
Yeah.
It's the Oakland and Miami games are questionable to me because they could go either way, and I don't know.
We ain't got the Broncos on our schedule. That would have been fun.
Nah.
Probably gonna whoop y'all's ass, Black.
Watch yourself, JB.
Hey, listen, I don't think none of us playing each other this year, which is kind of crazy. It's
right.
Right. So that's cool. So all right, let's go ahead and tie this one up. And get into our last team, Glass.
I got to be respectable with this team. This is my daughter's favorite team. So the Pittsburgh Steelers finished the Division 1 with an 11-5 record. 11.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal, JB. Before you start reading off everything, they in the middle of a situation with they start running back that we still trying to figure that thing out. What's Ben's health like? We got some issues here, Glass. We do, and JB, we'll get into that after you finish reading off there.
Okay, and that's painful, but Pittsburgh Steelers, offensive rank 11th, defensive rank 10th, passing rank is 3rd, rushing rank is 14th. Ben Roethlisberger's stats is 509 attempts, 328 completions, 3,819 yards, 29 touchdowns, 13 INTs, a sack 17 times. His quarterback rating was the 95.4. Rushing, of course, Le'Veon Bell, 261 attempts, 1,268 yards, 7 TDs. Receiving, Antonio Brown, 106 receptions, 1,284 yards, 12 touchdowns. Defensive leader was Lawrence Timmons with 114 total tackles, who's not there now, I don't believe. Interception leader was Artie Burns, tied with another guy on their roster.
Not bad. So listen, yeah, and it's weird. So you look at their record and stuff, right? And you know, you hear the stats, and it seemed like they was up there like dominating stuff, but it wasn't really like that, Glass. It was like, it wasn't like they were just blowing people away. It wasn't.
Now, do you actually have to blow people away in order to win? Listen, I learned my lesson 3 years ago. We was blowing people away, and then we came to the Super Bowl.
Oh, trust me, I know
we got our ass
too.
blown away.
I know that story too.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to blow away. You just got to make. Just got
but the point I'm trying
put
to
your
make
wheel
is
on the
that,
team.
you know, we saw the schedule and we heard the stats, and it just sounded like they were a super dominant team. And I'm telling you, I would watch the Steelers games, and a lot of times I'll be sitting there like, man, what's going? You know, I don't know how this thing going, because it wasn't never really super definitive in a lot of cases to me. Like they would come in
11-5. They was 11-5, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Okay.
I don't care what it looks like. It's the end result that matters to me.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, JB. I'm just gonna keep it real right here. They got the killer bees with Roethlisberger, Ben, Brown, and Bell. And let's not forget Martavius Bryant's coming back. So you got 4 Bs. You got a top-notch offensive firepower. And looking at the schedule, hey man, they might be doing it again. That might be. I have to agree with Slim J. They might be first again.
You know what? They could be. I mean, I ain't looking at the schedule yet. They could be, but first they got to figure out what they're gonna do with Bell. You know, is he going? I mean, obviously they ain't gonna let him hold out to the regular season. I mean, that ain't gonna happen. But and he ain't even talking about holding out. I'm just saying, ain't no deal been reached yet. But I don't know. Maybe somebody get in his ear and tell him to hold out. I don't know. You know, I mean, we got a training camp in what, 6 days, something like that. So
wow, that schedule's pretty damn light.
Right.
So I'm getting ready to take a look at that.
In my opinion, though, the B's stand for boo, because guess what, Glass? They only beat us by an outstretching arm of Antonio Brown to go to the playoffs, to win a division.
I hear you.
Okay, so we talking about 8-8 squad, and they got all these great B's that you speak of. I don't feel no kind of threat.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Period.
Hey, you know.
Never do anyway.
Wow. So you know, everyone says Bill can't stay healthy. Brian can't stay off the weed. You know, and they also haven't drafted well, really. I mean, honestly, they didn't really have like no glaring. I mean, they
cornerback still bums. They ain't got no safety presence.
They probably need to get a quarterback ready though, because got a feeling that we got, you know, and I ain't trying to wish nothing bad on nobody, but I mean, seeing Ben take the beating that he been taking over the last couple of seasons, man, I don't know how much.
He was definitely contemplating retirement.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
I mean, he's a tough guy, but come on now. I mean, that dude gets hammered. TJ Watt, I think, was a reach. That's what Slim J said about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's look at
who else had a brother that didn't do quite as well as they. One of the Howie Long's boys. One of them one of them was in. And well, now the Bennett brothers, they good.
Right. Okay. So we're looking at this.
McCourty boy is pretty good too.
I see. Let's see. Again, the NFC North stuff.
I guess the Barber twins was. I don't know. One of them was a bum in my opinion.
No, man. Tiki Barber set records, dude. Tiki Barber set records, and the other one did too. So I mean, you know, Tiki's career is just short. That's all.
All right.
So listen, the NFC North again causing problems. And when I say problems, I'm talking about, you know, creating a buffer, right? So I see 2 games off the rip that they're gonna probably have a good time playing in. 3 actually. They go to their first division. Oh no, they got the Bears in there. Damn. Yeah, the Ravens, Jags. Wow, the Chiefs pop up on the schedule. That's gonna be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Patriots on there. That's gonna be a good one too. Damn, you know what? Even if you get them a split with, because I don't know if they're split with Cleveland, but if you give them a split with, you know, Cincinnati and Baltimore, and then you give them automatic. I'm just saying, you give them automatic L's when they go into Arrowhead and the Patriots come to town. That still give them a good shot at winning about 11 games, Glass.
Listen, man, I got them lose. That Arrowhead game, I gave him an L on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one at Bengals, one at the Ravens, and Patriots. So I'm giving 12-4.
12-4 sound good. It sounds about right. It's just, you know, and this is where it gets crazy, right? Because if they on a track to get 12, Baltimore is in that 11 range, Cincinnati is in that 10, 11 range. I mean, toward the end of the season, it's gonna be crazy, man.
It's gonna be a fight.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a fight.
I don't know. What you got, John? JB, I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh, thank you for putting my government out on the internet like that. I'm joking, man. But look, though, I'm just saying, do you remember the last time you saw the Pittsburgh Steelers? What happened to them? No safety presence, no kind of cornerback. Ravens upgraded with Jeremy. I don't know how that's going to pan out. We got some other talent. A.J. Green is who we always been for the Steelers, against the Steelers. The Cleveland Browns, Terrell Pryor will always have games against the Steelers because of their dismal secondary. I don't think Ben, if Bell don't show up, Martavis Bryant don't seem to be ready. Tony O'Brien ain't gonna be able to do it by himself. We saw it in the playoffs. I'm not giving them no 11 and 12 wins. They've got them wins by default somehow, especially out of our division. But granted, with their offensive firepower, they was able to pull that stuff off. But I don't think they'll get lucky twice.
Okay,
not just with offensive loan. I don't see that.
The only thing I'm just worried about injury to the quarterback. That's the only thing I'm really worried about, because, like, you know what, they when Ben was injured, the quarterbacks they brought in, you know, over that time, man, like, they just
Andy Jones.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and that right there kind of concerns me a little bit, because it looked like, you know, they might be able to pull us off and win this division again if everybody can stay in the game. That's what it looked like to me, guys.
I told you what I told you.
They need to get rid of some of those artifacts they got on defense. I mean, they're only gonna work for.
So Slim J want to know over under on how many games will Josh Dobbs start?
Josh Dobbs from Tennessee.
Yeah. Want to know
over Ben Roethlisberger's durability.
We're talking about Ben Roethlisberger's durability here. We really talk. That's what we're talking about. So I mean, it's a legitimate question.
Unlikely, because there's another guy that's on that roster that's
Landry Jones.
Landry got some experience, so you have to beat it. I mean, Dobbs will have to kind of shine in practice if that situation was aroused, but I don't think Tomlin's gonna be trusting no Josh Dobbs in there.
He crazy. They tell me, I said, what if Josh takes Ben's job? I don't know about that.
Right, come on, Slim, man. It matters how serious Ben's injury is. I'm gonna say over. What he said the over under was. He never said what the over under was. Anyway, the number was. I'm gonna say one.
I'm gonna say one. Yeah.
One.
That's because I'm just because that's you're right, Jay. Because Landry he done it. He done started some games.
He done won some games.
Yeah, so I mean, why would they put that dude in? No, I don't think so.
Unless you want to lose the game. I mean, the guy can play and everything, but
unless you want to lose the game.
So what's the numbers, y'all? You didn't tell. So what's 9-7 for JB?
Yeah, I'm still in the ballpark of 11. I'm still there.
All right,
I'm still there. You know what? And it's crazy. I think looking at the schedule and looking at the status of the team right now, I think they can pull off 11 games. But
when did AB get paid? This past season or this off season?
Past season.
This past season, yeah. But I'm telling you, man, I got a feeling though that the Steelers are gonna fall under the Bengals. I don't know why I feel that way. I'm just saying I know what I'm looking at, Glass, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying is because I'm looking at stuff, right? But I'm just talking about in the real world and it's very unpredictable when the season starts.
What kind of stuff are you looking at, bro?
I kind of feel what you're saying because the Bengals and the Ravens schedule is kind of similar.
Yeah, see, Glass, shut up.
They're on the light side. They're very on the light side.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with y'all, man.
Look, Glass, look.
Y'all.
I know you about them analytics, bro. And I feel
you the one said the Carolina Panthers was gonna win 15 more games. Remember, this was a couple weeks ago. I know you've been out and doing your thing.
Yeah, he said that.
You said that, Glass. We're wondering what's wrong with you.
Now, granted, this was before.
We wonder what's wrong with you.
I said they was going to win 11 games. But see, that was before this BS that they did.
It wasn't likely before that. It wasn't likely before that guy.
Hey, man, come on. I ain't going to say wasn't likely, JB. Now, come on.
Nah.
Come on.
No way. Not happening, brother.
But Glenn, how you going to shut that down, though? Because think about it, right? The schedules are very, very tight. I mean, these three teams are going to be 11, 10, and 9, or 12, 11, and 10. That's what they're going to be. I mean,
I'm not knocking that.
So,
but I'm not gonna say that the Steelers gonna be under the Bengals.
Well, okay,
I'm not saying that.
Hold on. So if they 12, 11, and 10, right? All three teams. on paper, what we're looking at right now. And then the season start and crazy stuff start happening. I mean, you can't. It's unpredictable once the season starts. Like I know what we're looking at. You know, I know this is facts that we're looking at right now. But I'm just saying, and I'm saying it's a possibility. I ain't saying that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
I'm just saying that I just got a feeling that's what's going to happen.
Well,
Okay.
for the record, and my time spent being a fan of a team in the AFC North, it's very unlikely, and it's few and far between that division produce a 12-win team. 10 usually get it done. 11 usually get it done.
Which kind of proves my point. So I'm saying, like I think we got Pittsburgh somewhere around 12. They might not see 12. You know,
They're not going to see 12.
And Cincinnati might spoil that 11 for them. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, we got a division battling it out, splitting with one another, except for, you know, somebody gonna sweep Cleveland. I don't know who it's gonna be, but somebody gonna get them. But what if it don't go down that way? What if Cleveland? I mean, what if Cincinnati get 2 on Pittsburgh?
Man, listen.
Which is probably gonna happen.
We are in July. I know this ain't nothing but hypotheticals, man, but there's just some things I just don't see. I'm just saying, I don't see the Steelers being under the Bengals.
We're gonna have to discuss this Panthers winning 11 game situation off air. I'm willing to put some monetary value.
No, no, JB, because I just said they get them in situation change things, man. So no.
So there's no GM transition for the Steelers, and you give them 12 wins. We'll discuss.
Y'all silly, man. Everyone said I think the Ravens gonna win the division, and that kind of thing. So, you know what? It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be. And I'm telling you, and it's like this is gonna be one of that's the closest one we done. Well, it's only the second we done did, but this was really close. But I'm saying, like, you know, and I don't know if another division gonna be as tight as this one. This one's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. Anyway, Slim J 513 Anwar Muhammad. I thought I saw 49ers guy in here. Who was his name? What is his
I'm
name?
gonna go ahead and put it out there. Shouts out to Cool Town. That's my boy,
I saw him
Cardinals
there
fan.
Yeah, I saw him in there too. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
trying to, you know. Okay, Slim J said the Gettleman situation won't impact the season. Okay.
How can it? Okay, I'm
Yeah.
stopping.
Now,
I'm stopping.
you know, I think I done said all I need to say about that.
Yeah.
But it's gonna impact the season in one way or another. I can guarantee you that. But
I agree.
But here we go. So, fellas, this is our second divisional breakdown. It's been doing pretty good. I had a lot of fun with y'all. JB was kind of good to see. We had to take that week off, man. And I was like, God, JB, man. You know, he's chilling. But, you know, it's all good. JB, what's going on, man? Let everybody know what's going on with you and how they can get in contact with you. Put yourself over.
Oh, well, first of all, thanks to all the guys you mentioned that dropping comments and having friendly banner in the comment section or tweeting it to the show, et cetera, et cetera. It's July. We got a long way to go. I didn't give out my Twitter handle last time we was on. I apologize. I was just so excited. It's been a while, so I didn't know what exactly put yourself over mean. But anyway, you can find me here on TeamBoydTV Live with these two or on Twitter at Raven Shogun.
Raven Shogun, yeah. And, oh, that is weird because normally I have your name up on the screen. That's not there. That's my bad because none of our names are there. That's weird. Where'd they go? I just noticed it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You took a week off and slipped.
I just noticed.
But guess what? It's early. We'll polish. We'll fine tune this thing, man.
No, it was there with the first show.
Yeah, it was.
It was there with the first show. Yeah, but what? Okay, Glass, you got a joke. Okay, anyway, Glass. You've been a comedian tonight, but what's going on with you, man? Let everybody know how they get it.
Oh, everything good, man. Once again, thanks for everybody for chiming in. We always like the interaction. This your boy Glass from Get With Sports, place where you get your sports the way you want it. If you don't find me here, which is like my second home, I got a room in the basement. But anyway, if you don't find me here, you can find me at Get With Sports, Facebook at Get With Sports, Twitter at Get With Sports, blog page getwithsports.wordpress.com. And if you want to get in contact with me, hit me on the email at getwithsports2, that's number 2 at gmail.com.
No doubt. I want to personally give a shout out to my boy Glass from Get With It Sports again, and my man Steve Wright for helping me out on the Black and Blue podcast yesterday. You know, Glass provided that outside voice, and Steve was a fellow Panther fan, and everybody who watched that show and responded and left comments and all that, I definitely appreciate it. I know Panther Nation is like in the tizzy right now. It's kind of split. Some people are for the Gettleman move. A lot of people, including myself, are not, and that kind of thing. I'll give a shout out to my boys, Pat Coltrane, CPG, The Voice 2525, Cali Blue, all of those people, man. And if I missed out on you, man, just join me on Tuesday, because guess what? The Black and Blue podcast is back. You know, and I think I'm gonna rotate a bunch of different people in, and it's gonna be good, man. And I got something really, really special planned for Panther Nation this season. Anyway, this has been Team Boyd TV Live, AFC North Divisional Breakdown. Glad you put another poll up this week.
Yep.
All right, and it's gonna be the NFC this time, right? And we only got 3 teams left, and I think that's the North, the West, and the East, right?
Correct.
We did the South. Okay,
It'll be up tomorrow.
All right, cool. So y'all guys vote on that, and I didn't retweet it last time because I didn't see. I don't know when you put it up, but I got to retweet it next time. And let us know which NFC team division you guys want us to do next Wednesday night. Until then, we'll see y'all. Take it easy. Peace.